Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, for the Sony PlayStation 2. This was one of the very first Sony PlayStation 2 games that I ever played. I beat this back when I was still in high school, and I didn't really play this game again until years later when I got another PlayStation 2 and got some games to go with it, and this one just so happened to be one of the games that came with it. So this I beat in the little marathon of PlayStation 2 games that I did. It was the second. I beat it after playing through Sly Cooper, the first Sly Cooper, and it was an interesting learning experience, just trying to do everything again and figure out how everything worked, and just trying to remember what I could, which wasn't very much because it had been quite a long time. But I eventually completed it 100% again, and now I'm going to do it again in the form of a Let's Play. So, let's go ahead and start a brand new game.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the Precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose, and why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jak? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jak, I think we're in trouble! Ow! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Ah! I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Alright, well, we have a long road ahead of us, now that Daxter has been changed to some weird orange creature thing. And we have virtually no skills in adventuring whatsoever. So as a result, we now have to go to Geyser Rock and learn how to do things. Of course, you can use a control stick to move around. You can't use a control pad in this game. You can't use the D-pad. You can only use the left analog stick.
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
And of course, you can use the right analog stick to move the camera around. Something that I wish was available in a lot of PS1 games. You can do a fist strike with square, and you can do a spin attack with circle. You can jump with X, and you can do a double jump as well. And triangle lets you go in the first person mode. You can look around with the left analog stick, as well as the right one. L1 and R1 will let you crouch. You can move while crouching to crawl. You can do a high jump while crouching. If you crouch while moving, you can roll. And if you jump while rolling, you can do a long jump. That is the gist of the control, so to speak. Oh, and you can do a downward strike by pressing square while in midair. We'll need to use our attack in order to break the chests and get the green eco that is inside. More on that later.
Floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
So we need to pick up these precursor orbs that look more like Easter eggs more than anything else. These are the main collectible of the game. And we will need to collect all of them in order to get not only 100%, but also to make some progress as well. And of course we have some training dummies. We can hit them with our 2 attacks. Nothing to it.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grab zoomer.
And of course, we can jump over here, over the spikes, hit this thing if we want, and this, and then we can grab the power cell. Now, by grabbing a power cell, you'll automatically save your data. The first time you pick up a power cell, the game will tell you that. When the following icon appears, your progress is being saved. While this icon is on screen, do not remove the memory card, PS2, or turn off your system. And let's press X to continue. Now we have these boxes.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
And this is where jumping into the air and pressing square comes in.
Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
So we'll need to collect all 7 in order to get something nice. By the way, I should mention that if you try to exit at any point,
You can't come back through the warp gate until you find all 4 power cells on this island.
before you get all 4 power cells, the green sage will tell you you can't leave yet. Thought I might as well show that off. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. We still have a little bit of exploring to do. So let's go ahead and break more of these red boxes, the same way we broke the first one. And it shouldn't be long until we break all 7. We got a power cell for that. Let's take it. Also, the Dexter celebration animations are completely random.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
And we will have to do that if we have any chance of getting 100% in this game, which I will go for.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
I almost spoke over the stage there, but yes, that is indeed Blue Eco. We will have to pick it up at times in order to more easily grab things and also activate some things as well. And the more Blue Eco we pick up at any given time, the more we add to that.
Now each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
I was about ready to say that. The more you pick up at in a very quick succession, the more you'll be able to fill up that timer in that little gauge in the lower right-hand corner. And of course, we won't be able to open this door.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
Until we get some Blue Eco and bring it here. Which means we have to have it surging through our body in order to do anything. And ow, I did not expect to grab that part of the wall there. That was weird. But that green Eco, that does serve as our life force. We pick up 50 of those, and we can refill one of our hit points. 50 small ones at least. If you grab the big one, you'll get that 50 automatically. And if you pick up 50 while you have full health, you more or less give yourself a 4th hit, which is really useful at times and can definitely come in handy. And it's a good thing I did the long jump, because otherwise I would not have been able to activate that door at all.
That's a Blue Eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of Blue Eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Or, of course, I could have used this and then just went to the door, but sometimes you gotta do what I did to get some things done in this game. And by going through this door, be sure to grab the power cell. It is possible to accidentally move past it and have to go all the way back to get it.
Good work. The blue eco caused the door to open. With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
And that will be but the first example of blue eco activating something that we will have seen in the game. We will find others. For now, though, let's go ahead and get some blue eco through our body again. See if we can get everything that is here. Thankfully, we can. And we should be able to get things.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health.
Thankfully, I've already explained that. So, now that we are over
Jump
here,
once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
this explains the double jump that I just talked about when we started this area. And by using the double jump, we can get over here and grab this 4th power cell. I believe that is the 4th. That is indeed the 4th. So let's grab the blue eco, trip this platform. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but you can ride the platform, thankfully. And you can ride it safely all the way back here. But there is still something else that I would like to do before we leave. Where is it? By the way, it should be mentioned that there is a day-night cycle in this game, and we're kind of approaching the evening part of that day-night cycle really shortly here. Is it here? It is here. Alright, we just need to drop down here, and we can get the last of the precursor orbs here. There are 50 in all in this little area here. And I believe we have gotten everything. So all that is left to do is to go through to... Am I going the right way? No, I don't think I'm going the right way. We need to go back. And that is not exactly it either. There it is. Still get lost in these areas every once in a while. It just kind of happens. But there is the teleporter for the Geyser Rock that will take us back to the village. We can now jump on the button and we can activate it. All we have to do now is just approach it and then press circle to warp. And then we can select which area we want to warp to. Obviously, I want to go to the Green Sage's hut. It's the only place we can go to anyway. So, let's do that.
Good training, boys. But that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
And now we have to go to the village and then to the beach in order to unclog those green eco collectors. And you can talk to the sage here if you want to.
Some brave adventurers you two are. Back already and without clearing my block eco harvesters. They're on the far side of the beach, boys. Now, get moving!
You don't necessarily have to talk to the green sage, but, well, we can. And now, we are leaving the hut, and we're headed towards the village. Before we go, though, there is a way to know if you have collected everything. You can just pause the game here. And you can press X to see how many precursor orbs you have collected in a specific area. You can press square to see all the power cells you've collected in that area. And you can see how many of the scout flyers in an area you have picked up with triangle. And of course, circle will give you the options. You can change the sound levels, you can load a game, you can save a game, you can center the screen, you can go from 4:3 to 16:9 widescreen. You can turn on the vibrations on the controller, you can turn on the play hints, you can change languages, and of course you can also quit the game and you can go back to playing. We've done quite a bit in Geyser Rock. Yes, I would like to overwrite that file. And I shall do that right now. Before going ahead and calling it a video here. I plan to play this game 20 minutes at a time. Not sure how long the game will take, how many videos the game will take in that way. But hopefully I will definitely be able to do things 20 minutes at a time in this form.
Gotta get this heat shield working.
And of course, if you're near other characters, you can also hear them say things to themselves too, which is quite interesting. Kira's over there. The village isn't very far. And we shall be interacting with Kira and the rest of the people in the village in the next video. Join me next time where we go into the village to see if we can scrounge up some power cells and even more useful items.
Power cells to fuel the heat shield.
Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!